Now let's discuss literacy and its implications for language reading, or in other words, teaching second language reading. To what extent literacy, the understanding of the notion of literacy, can help second language teachers devise their activities which fulfill the changing needs of second language readers. So in this regard, it's important to note the effective role of language teacher. It's important for a language teacher to understand the social and cultural, even the religious or economic needs of students or students' literacy practices. Because if the student, if a teacher is not well aware of the socio-cultural backgrounds of students, they are likely to bring in tasks or activities or texts for reading in the class which may not well be suitable to the socio-cultural needs of the students. So in this regard, it's important to understand students' passions for reading, because passions for reading influence their literacy practices. For example, if a student is too much passionate about dancing, then it's very likely that that particular student would be interested to read material relating to dancing. So this example shows how well a teacher can help devise or bring in materials which are compatible to the socio-cultural literacy practices of students. And in this regard, it's important to offer continuous motivation to the students so they feel motivated in terms of enhancing their literacy practices. So what literacy sees language teaching, in other words, second language reading, is that it's not knowing the word, rather it's about knowing the world, to critically analyze texts, to infer their meaning, to question them, not to become passive readers, rather to engage with the text in an active manner. So literacy in this way has an empowering role, which means that the readers are empowered to question the texts, to analyze the text, to evaluate it. So what literacy offers, it offers an active and changing critical approach towards reading the text. So this is how it offers an opportunity for readers to do a critique of the text and not to accept the texts on their face value, like what's apparent, rather to analyze the information, to analyze thoughts, ideas, or notions which underlie a particular text. So it's important that the language teacher or even a language curriculum should develop these skills of questioning, these attitudes of questioning, these values of questioning that lie beneath the surface of a text. And in this regard, it's important for a language teacher to incorporate information and communication technology to the language teaching, because in this age of internet, we've got tons of materials available online. So we've got corpus of print literature. So, and this is how, like, you might have been experiencing so many fake news going on in the internet or like on the social media. So it's important for readers, second language readers, to be politically aware of the fluid nature of reading materials presented on the social media, and similarly how text messaging can influence So English nowadays is becoming much more complex, and in this regard, it's important that the students need to become much more flexible and accommodating towards analyzing texts. So far, we have seen literacy and teaching reading, and we have seen reading from its broader perspective. To what extent reading is is interrelated to the notion of literacy. Literacy actually lays emphasis on not only understanding the psycholinguistic processes going on in the minds of the readers, but also it lays emphasis on readers to become aware of the social, cultural norms of the text in which it takes place.